The spread of monkeypox has been arriving to South America and now into Central America. And the most aggravating thing and concerning thing about this is that monkeypox has arrived also, it is spreading in Mexico. The article that we did an investigation and we put on our webpage in Oscar Blue Ramirez News, it says like this: the World Health Organization, that is an organization that we do not trust as much, but this is what they said, declared that monkeypox, there's an outbreak which affects Africa, Europe, and Latin America, Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela, and El Salvador, announced protective measures in public emergency. And it says right here on the bottom, if you go to our webpage, you can see actually the article says the decision was taken anonymously by the WHO Emergency Committee and concerns that a more deadly and transmissible strain of the virus, formerly known as monkeypox, has reached previously unaffected African regions. And also says that in Africa, Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention has declared an outbreak in a continental public health emergency after having recorded 15,000 cases of the ones that 461 are deaths from the virus in 2024 alone, which represents an 160% increase on diagnosis and 19% in deaths. Now, you go to monkeypox right here in Europe, and this is the thing about open borders. You guys have seen how this open border policy is by the United Nations, the Global Compact of Immigration. It looks like everything is designed, everything is fabricated and designed perfectly. Now that we've seen that a massive arrival of people from Africa have been arriving, and this is not xenophobic. This is not a constant attack to the people that they're migrating from Africa. This is the reality. When you have an unvetted border, when you have an unfiltered border, you will have all types of situations and concerns coming into another country. And you are seeing this in Europe now. In Europe, there's also a massive spread of monkeypox. But now the concerning factor, it is that you go to Latin America and you will see Argentina, that it says right here on the article, 10 new cases of monkeypox were found in Argentina, which represents an increase of a 30% in the number of infections accumulated during the 2024. Now you go to right here on the bottom, it says Colombia in 2024, the ministry confirmed 109 cases occurred, which 4 of them are still active. No deaths have occurred according to the figures. Now you go to Venezuela, and in Venezuela, they are creating this smoke screen to say there's no monkeypox, there's nothing going on. This is because of the dictator, Nicolas Maduro. And then you go right here on the bottom, and it says El Salvador has also, the health authorities of El Salvador have not identified monkeypox, but this is just these countries in Central and South America. What about Mexico? What is going on in Mexico? And in Mexico, you have several cases of monkeypox that have been confirmed. This article also just been released on our webpage, and we have been doing several investigations on this. Why, people? Because you have elections coming, and the elections are coming on November. What happened last time in elections? I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm not creating hysteria. I'm not fear-mongering like all these leftist, progressive, mercenary liberals, they say, in the United States of America. But if you see right here, it says Mexico has registered till now, confirming this year, 76 cases of monkeypox. The health department and Secretary of Health Department has registered 76 cases of monkeypox, which 1,212 of them have not been notified since 2024. Now, the states where this has been spreading, it's 76 cases, 13 of them in City of Mexico, 41 of them in Quintana Roo, that this is a border. This is a south border. 9 of them in 3 of them in Jalisco, 2 of them in Morelos, 2 of them in Puebla, 3 of them in the state of Mexico, 1 of them in Nuevo León, 1 of them in Sinaloa, 1 of them in Tamaulipas, 1 of them in Tlaxcala, 3 of them in Veracruz, and 7 of them in Baja California Sur, that this is the south of the state of Baja California. The concerning thing about this is that we don't have a vaccine for this. And it says right here in the bottom, is there a vaccine in Mexico for the monkeypox? And it says, until now, we do not have a specific vaccine for this, but we have our neighbor, the United States of America, who has the vaccine that we can borrow. So this is the aggravating thing about it, that now we have this concerning factor of monkeypox that is spreading in the south border, in the South American continent. And the concerning thing about it is that what is happening in Europe, it is massive. It is massive. Now you see a mass migration in the UK. You see a mass migration in parts like Ireland. You see a mass migration in Germany. You see a mass migration and a disaster in France. This we have seen. We have been in the Darien Gap, Ben Bergquam and myself. Every time that we get into the Darien Gap, we are the only journalists who have crossed the Darien Gap 4 times. Every time that we go to the Darien Gap, we get sick. And it is spread of malaria, it is dengue, and I don't know what other viruses. They're in that water. Why? Because you're having hundreds of thousands of people walking and walking and walking, doing their necessities. They get sick in the water. There's decomposed bodies. There's the wildlife that for all these, environmentalists and all these people, there's more than 60 tons of trash inside of the Darien Gap, which you can start going and try to help the government of Panama to pick them up. But all this massive contamination, creates bacteria. There's a lot of infections. The crazy thing about it is that now the WHO, just a couple of months from elections in the United States of America, they're spreading their fear of this monkeypox, which is, I believe, is strategical, which is crazy, which is not creating a conspiracy. It just brings you back to what happened in 2020. A little bit. It gives you a flashback, a deja vu. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the pages on Facebook, X, YouTube. Follow us on every single page and Instagram also. Stay safe. God bless you all. And like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission.